What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I would like to welcome you to my podcast, The House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about rootwork, conjure, tarot, culture, astrology, and a little bit of everything in between. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you guys for tapping in and checking me out. If you're an OG, thank you guys so much for continuing to support the movement and liking, sharing, following, commenting, and just engaging with my content. I appreciate you guys so much. Today we're going to get into the week ahead Almanac as well as the horoscopes and any transits that may assist us with our journey. And we are going to also tap into a week ahead reading. Now, first things first, we are now in a waning phase, specifically waning crescent in Cancer. Now, this is a very interesting place for us to start as we are dealing more with emotional truth telling and shifting into a waning crescent moon. Did I say waning crescent in Cancer earlier? I meant to say waning. We in a waning gibbous. We end the week in waning crescent, but in Libra. But this is shifting us from emotional truth telling all the way into rebalancing and refinement. And if y'all want to know why I'm being specific about that, it's because certain moons you can do certain things. Now, obviously, root work and conjure wise, even if you're just, you're just into simple witchcraft or voodoo or hoodoo, whatever it is, your flavor. The point is, the moon, certain phases give you an application for certain working. So I try to be specific about that. Now, here's the thing. This is going to give us an air, like I said, of emotional truth-telling all the way into rebalancing and refinement. With the Sun, Venus, and Mars, and eventually Mercury moving through Sagittarius, the cosmos are pushing us towards bold clarity. Now, there is a last quarter moon this week on the 11th in Virgo. This is going to remind us that release must come before expansion. As y'all know, Virgo rules the digestive system. So that makes sense. And Virgo is about kind of perfecting and pinpointing. You know how they do. So this week, pruning, cleansing, recalibrating, and preparing your spirit for what you're about to walk into, right? Anything heavy that you've been carrying in terms of old patterns, outdated expectations, spiritual clutter, it's going to show up very clearly for you this week. And you need to let it, don't ignore it. The revelations you're getting now are meant to free you, not burden you. I was even getting some revelations myself while recording. I ain't even gonna tell y'all how many times I done recorded this shit today. Oh my God. But that's the story for another day. However, we in this together, y'all. Now, horoscope wise, we're focusing in on following this as a map. You know what I'm saying? It's a map. It's for your clarity and your personal rhythm for your sun and your rising. Now, you can honor the guidance and let the root work anchor the shifts. Basically saying, faith without works is dead. So you actually have to manifest by doing, okay? That's how it works. Some stuff we can be opening to receiving, but for the most part, y'all know, you got to put one foot in front of the other. Light a candle or something. God, Now, Aries, the Cancer moon at the start of the week is pulling your attention into family, home life, emotional safety, and ancestral foundations. Midweek, as the moon heats up in Leo, your creative fire is returning. But Mercury shift into Sagittarius on the 11th is pushing old beliefs and patterns up for review. Now, the last quarter moon is highlighting what you must emotionally release before stepping into 2026 with clarity. Taurus. The week opens with Cancer moon stirring communication, plans, and mental sensitivity. By the time it moves through Leo and into Virgo this week, you're going to be pushed to evaluate priorities and how you spend your time, money, and emotional energy. 11:01 on the timestamp, Taurus. Libra moon at the week's end is bringing your attention back to balance, beauty, and peace. Gemini. With the moon moving through Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, your self-presentation and priorities shift daily. When the Mercury enters Sagittarius on the 11th, which is a major transit for us this week, your relationship sectors are lighting up. Communication becomes bold, honest, and sometimes brutally revealing. The last quarter moon is reminding you to refine before launching anything major. Cancer. The moon begins in your sign, amplifying intuition, sensitivity, ancestral memory, and deep emotional tides. By midweek, Leo moon is pushing you to assert confidence. And by Thursday, that Virgo energy is demanding healing, order, and closure. The last quarter moon is going to be your moment to purge lingering emotional debris. Leo. Cancer moon is beginning your week in that 12th house, pulling you into introspection and hidden emotions. When the moon enters your side midweek, your fire is going to return, but Virgo is demanding refinement, detail, and practical planning by the 11th. Virgo. Cancer and Leo moons are going to be tugging at your social and private worlds now. Once it hits the 11th, the moon enters your sign. This is going to form your last quarter phase. This is activating a powerful internal audit. Your routines, your habits, your emotional patterns, and your daily rituals are going to undergo recalibration. Mercury is entering Sagittarius, which is going to shift your focus towards home and internal foundations. Libra. Cancer moon triggers career or public image reflections earlier in the week. As the moon moves through Leo and Virgo, you orient towards community, responsibility, and inner adjustments. By the 13th, when the moon gets ready to shift into your arena, you're going to give yourself a fresh, energetic reset, right? Sagittarius Mercury is highlighting bold self-expression. Scorpio. Cancer moon earlier in the week is pulling you towards studies, higher wisdom, or long distance matters. Leo moon highlights the career pressures by midweek. Now, Virgo moon on the 11th is digging into your connections, your shared resources, and energetic entanglements. Y'all got a lot going on. This is the week of reevaluating who gets access to your power. Sagittarius, it's your season, honey. And with Sun, Venus, and Mars, as well as Mercury entering your sign by the 11th, this week ignites your voice, clarity, and ambition. But that last quarter moon warns you not to rush. Virgo moon pushes you to refine your path before you launch a major move. Capricorn. Now, Cancer moon is opening the week by highlighting relationships and emotional bonds. Leo moon digs into your shared resources midweek, while the last quarter moon in Virgo is calling for deep spiritual cleanup. Mercury and Sagittarius activate your 12th house of ancestral whispers, and intuitive clarity is going to get much louder. Aquarius. The Cancer moon is affecting your routines and your physical energy earlier in the week. The Leo moon is highlighting your relationships and interpersonal dynamics midweek. As the moon enters Virgo, your shared resources and deeper emotional truths are going to be impossible to ignore. And finally, Pisces. This Cancer moon highlights your creativity, your joy, and inner child energy to start the week. Leo moon is bringing back responsibilities into focus. Now, when it hits the last quarter in Virgo for you, it's landing directly in your relationship sector. Time to clear out what's outdated or imbalanced. If you guys want to check out the root work tips and extended guidance, make sure y'all subscribe to my Tribe Talk tier on Patreon. And there you will be able to check out that those tips and teams, okay? Let's get into the transits. Let's see what the Cush Almanac got going on, honey. So, yeah, we already know that Mercury's going into Sagittarius. So your mind is shifting. We got big ideas. You may be into learning and teaching, spiritual insight, all the things, traveling even, all the things that Sagittarius embodies. This is an excellent time for visioning, planning, and mapping out your 2026 path. Now, of course, we move by the seasons, not necessarily the Gregorian calendar when it comes to certain things. So 2026, I would say make that goal for it's a 1 year or a 10 situation. I'm gonna say 1 because obviously 1 + 0 is 1. But we in a 9 year. So what you're doing is shedding, you refining, and you picking a side, any side, which we talked about for that full moon in Gemini energy. So, don't rush yourself, but do the work from what I'm looking at. This is my suggestion, okay? Now, let's see, because I'm going to look at this calendar again. So yeah, it's a lot of emotional work going on. Then you're shifting into being creative, which is good for a moon day, because Monday is ruled by the moon. So that's, to me, what better day to have Leo energy and spark and ambition. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to be using that waning gibbous moon, to me, a good way to do that is removing everything that gets in the way of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And as you shift towards the middle of the week, towards the end, it's gonna be in Virgo for about 3 painstaking days. And I don't mean to do that, but y'all know how Virgos can be. And this is coming from somebody who has a very significant Virgo placement that I will not be divulging, but I will let you know it's significant. And Virgo is my sister sign, because I'm a Pisces. And details down to the map. But I think the most important thing for us to realize is perfection is not real, because perfection in itself means to refine. So you doing this over and over and over and over, you know what I'm saying? It's not really an ending point. This is why whatever you choose to do, make sure that you are here, you doing it for the love of the game. Okay, everything, I'm also being guided to tell y'all, everything is not meant to be a money-making venture, evolved hustlers. There are certain things that are for your personal enjoyment and not for you to make money with. If you can parlay that shit into something where you don't have to overexert, then cool. But don't push yourself to a space where you feel like every talent that you have is, worthy of getting out here, turning it into your next big thing. Okay. And then where you find balance, where you are finding justice, where you are tending to yourself with that Libra energy towards the end of the week, I feel like your spirit team, your elevated ancestors are tapping in. And this is a good spot before the new moon in Capricorn, before we have winter solstice. Like I said, we moving by the seasons. And typically the winter months are for refining, hibernating, coming up with new ideas and new ways to do things. Now, not saying that you should just, unless you have a nice new idea, go for it. But a lot of times, things that we decide to do, we've already kind of touched on it or loved on it at some point. And maybe in this season, you're bringing it back and you're saying, okay, I want to kind of, tweak here, tweak there. So I feel like these are situations in terms of moon phases where it's okay, it's giving you the chance to do that. And a lot of times, especially creatively, we deal with a lot of things in our personal lives that spill over into our professional lives. So you're also being given the opportunity to deal with that. I feel like that Capricorn moon energy is giving you the chance to kind of set down long-term plans and long-term endeavors, which in the Cush Almanac for the month, I am touching on that as well for entrepreneurs and business owners as well as creatives. So if y'all ever get the chance to look into the Cush Almanac, do that, because there are a lot of good workings and systems that you can follow for launching and getting yourself prepared to move forward into the year of 2026. Like I said, you don't pressure yourself to a way oh, I gotta launch, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, you don't got to push, but you damn sure got to start. You know what I'm saying? You got to get started, but you can't get started if you're mentally cluttered down. You clutter down, and you know how it is when we have 11:11 on the timestamp. We have a lot of ideas, we have a lot of talents, we have a lot of things that we want to do. So just allow yourself the time and the space to look at your life and where you want to be moving forward. Now, let's see what we got going on. So now, in terms of money work, this week, we're focusing in on clearing financial blockages, removing dead energy, and cutting cords. So you looking at your second house, which is your money house, and your relationship houses, 7th house, 11th house. So there are certain houses you need to be looking into this week to removing cords and cutting cords. Now, I've got an interesting theory, and I'm not going to touch on it right now because I'm still kind of working through it personally. But once I get to it, I will let y'all know, because there are a lot of contracts that we have energetically with our family, lover, like past lovers, and even friends that need to be cut. And the idea of working through that process is very intricate. I get a lot of people when I talk about cord cuttings. They're like, okay, how will I do that if I have children with the person? And then how do you cut ties with the bloodline if what you're trying to do is different and what they want doesn't serve you, or you got to take it to spiritual court, things like that. So I'm still kind of fine-tuning those rituals and those workings as we move through this process, but I promise I will let y'all know how it goes, and I will put up what works because you have to be able to remove and cut ties. And like, sometimes the contracts that you enter, they're no longer feasible for what you're going to do next. So you have every right to take that shit to spiritual court and get rid of it, okay? Now, what else is coming up? You definitely should be focusing in on cleansing and uncrossing between the 5th and the 9th. Floor washes, again, cord cuttings and smoke cleansings. If you only have incense work too. Also, I mentioned white sage quite a bit, but you all need to be, make sure that you're using that from a very righteous space. And it's overused in terms of sustainability. So if you're not a part of the culture, if you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you're not where you should be with that, there are other things you can use. Now, I mention it because I am Afro-Indigenous, but if they ask that you don't, it's overproduced. They going through things with it. So there are other herbs you can use for cleansing. You don't necessarily have to use sage. Now, let's see what else we got going on here. Now, there's ancestor. I say it like this, sounded like goddamn Muddy off of Tyler Perry. Ancestor and protection work with you're going to be focusing in on between the 3rd and the 7th offerings for clarity and direction, which again, we were shifting through the full moon. So with that Gemini energy, you really should have already been tackling it. This guide is up already, by the way, y'all, so y'all can get ahead of the game. Now, the 10th through the 14th is going to be shifting for asking for protection and the year-end completion, okay? Business-wise, we need to be more focused in on that Capricorn energy, because getting prepared for that. Because once you get Mars, Sun, and Venus, all that energy shifting for Capricorn, you need to be ready to do long-term business planning. If you're into luxury branding, which luxury is not a price point, it is more so about customization and attention to your consumers and your clients. You're securing high-value clients, people who value your work and what you do. So you're not out here just throwing it out to the dust. Now, as we shift into the new moon and the solstice, you know that this is going to be focusing in on new offerings as well as high-level conjure services and memberships. Again, you're preparing for that. You're going through your notes, you're going through your planners, and you making sure that whatever doesn't work, let it go. You can't do all things at one time. My idea is to just plan that shit out, to be honest. Plan it out. Plan it out. Okay. Let's see. What else is important? I'm kind of scanning the list. Like I said, if y'all want to check out the full list, you need to join my Patreon. Por favor. Shameless plug, but for real though. I'm kind of scanning it, trying to see where we're going this week though. Yeah. So you got what you're trying to do. Sagittarius is doing it big with the Jupiter energy. And you need to make sure you ain't carrying no BS along with you, things that don't serve you. All right, y'all. Let's see what's going on today, though. Because, like I said, it took so long for me to record. Jesus Christ. What's going on with Mercury today? Mercury and Scorpio. Let me look at the Mercury placements today. Because what the hell? What the hell? I was like, whoa. It's trying. Free will. I don't know what that was all about. I don't see no bad like Mercury placements today, for real, for real. Okay, we still in retrograde season for today, y'all. So get in where you fit in with Jupiter in Cancer, Uranus in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces, the North Nodes Pisces, and Chiron in Aries. All of those are retrograding. Still. Look, we feel like that meme with Wendy Williams. We was flying off. Cause woo child. It's crazy. But let's see what's going on. We're gonna open the roads because like I said, if y'all only knew. But while we doing these opening the roads, let me talk y'all. I know y'all saw that documentary with 50 Cent and what he was doing in terms of making sure that shit got on Netflix. Oh, and I'm laughing because when I think of cancer men, cancer men specifically, oh my God, I know a cancer that is just like 50 Cent. Oh my God. They can be a hotness.com when they don't like your ass. But it's bringing up a lot of conversations surrounding destiny swapping and how he was like basically sacrificing people to like elevate his career because he didn't really have any natural talents. And some people were saying like he had a talent for an ear for music because some people, you know, what do they say? Those who can't do teach. Y'all ever heard that expression? And I feel like that's what he missed the mark. Like somebody told him he was a star. And instead of him teaching and guiding from a like pure place, he was like fucking over people, not paying people, and obviously being a fucking creep. And that's kind of where he fucked up. Like somewhere along the lines, he thought he was supposed to be a performer. I don't know why he thought that, but you know, I don't want to get too deep off into the team. But what I did want to touch on is this new kind of wave on a mass scale about people talking about identity, destiny swapping. And I think it's quite interesting. Also, culture-wise, as I shift the cards, the FBI was confirming that they're using witchcraft in Washington. But y'all already know the CIA and FBI, like they employ the Army, all them. They employ psychics, they employ clairvoyant people like all the fucking time. It's so interesting to watch the rest of the world like catch on. Like I said, through destiny swapping, you know, at first that was like a conspiracy. Like now everybody's talking about it. I don't know what y'all timeline looking like. That's how my timeline looking. Like everybody. P. Diddy is destiny swapping, of course. But baby, 50 cents is making sure he get everything he's supposed to get this lifetime, honey. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. What else culturally is going on right now? The government, per usual, has no fucking chill. So I don't want to get too deep off into that. I think a lot of things are being exposed, but y'all know they have to tell us. They have to tell you. They have to tell you through media. They have to tell you through. They have to tell you what they're doing. So if you pay attention to movies, shows, like the news, you'll see where they start to tell you what's going on. But if you already know, you know it's been going on, right? Also, shout out to Kimora for coming back with Life in the Fairlane. I I fucks with Kimura. I like Kimura, and she's funny, and it's always giving mom life. I fucks with Kimura. Yeah, her show. If you back in the day, you used to watch her, Kimura Lee Simmons. She had a life in the Fab Lane, and she had a book, and the book was good. I had the book. The book was good. But she's coming back in on E, and her shows now. Back in the Fab Lane, I think it's called, but it's really good. Culture Talk, 11:22 on the timestamp. It's worth the checking out. Also, I've seen a lot of people talking about, if you're Evolved Hustler, Kim Kardashian and Masterclass. It's like $100 and some, but people have been putting like notes. Now, you might have your particular feelings, like personal feelings about them, which I'm not into all that. But like in terms of business and branding, like, egos aside, hey, she done picked up a couple things. And anyway, the girls are posting the tips from the classes, and branding wise, it's worth the candor. It's worth the look. And they said her mom got one too. She got a class too. So I don't know. They say Chris was selling candles before they got famous. She's like into the woo, and she was selling candles, and they into the woo. So I find like that's interesting. Do y'all believe they eat the souls of the men? Oh, do y'all think like that's a thing? Like, I don't know, but this ain't no dig, cause hey, shit. They'll make you eat their soul anyway. But like, the branding is branding, and if you are Evolved Hustler, creative, business, it's worth a look. It's worth a look. See, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll review. Who knows? I don't know. Do I want to give Kim a double $100 of my? They say it's good though. Anyway, let me open the row. Look, tribe talk. They say it's good though. And when I was like listening to the girls, which let me put that out there, the people that shout out to my sisters from another mister, but the girls that I was seeing talking about it was women of color. They were the ones reviewing the class. So it was good information. Anywho, that's what made me stop and listen, to be honest. That's what made me stop and listen. She get a lot of flack. She a Pisces moon. She be hiding a lot. She absorbs a lot and she hides a lot. But anyway, let's open these roads. I might do a tribe talk about it one day. Who knows? Y'all, I got a mile-long list of tribe talks that I owe y'all. I know. Anyway, thank you, spirits, for opening the roads for me on behalf of the tribe. Thank you for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. Thank you so much for the gift. I don't abuse the gift. I honor it. I appreciate it. I love it. I respect it. What guidance do you have for us for the week ahead? What y'all got for us? I done shuffled enough. Confirmation, Bert. So, we got Strength in reverse, Leo energy. We got Dr. Buzzard in reverse, which is the Justice card, Libra, for the present. Ooh, we got Two of Coins, Two of Pentacles in reverse for the collective energy. Near future, we have the Gullah Jack, which is the Hangman energy, Pisces. Overall, we got the Eight of Baskets and the Upright. Ooh, Jesus. Jesus Devontae Christ. I bet he be like, will y'all leave me the hell alone? Oh, gosh. I bet he be like, good Lord. Calling my name all the time. Jesus. Look, see, I said it again. Force a habit. Yes, you will. Force a habit. Okay. Past energy. We got Leo. Somebody feels weak. There's a weakness from your past here, and presently it's causing an imbalance. Maybe you feel like something's not fair, and it looks as though maybe not having a level of protection or lack of responsibility again, just I see imbalance, because when I see the Libra energy, there's an imbalance of power here, and it's causing you to be held up. Pisces could be significant. Pisces season could be significant, or the moon. Take it where it resonates. But overall, the way that you fix this is you shift, you move on from things that don't serve you. Eight of baskets, eight of cups in the upright. But let's look more into this, because this is an interesting spread. So maybe in Leo season or the Leo moon, there was a weakness here that is now something that you'll be working through over the next 4 months. Now, if you're willing to let it go, let it flow, it'll balance itself out. Period. I got the free man, so that's the fool. If you're willing to really end this stagnation and go on your journey, you don't have to worry about this shit no more. But if you holding on to it, and I think that's a very big lesson for us overall. We deal a lot with holding on to things. We deal a lot with like people, places, and things that don't serve us, not wanting to trim the fucking fat. Yeah. Heavy move on energy, 9 of nines in the upright. So it's like your only weakness is the fact that you need to move on from whatever this idea is, from whatever place you felt like you was laying down roots and that shit didn't work. Like moving on. You tried everything. You gave it all you had. Some things just don't work. And I feel like with the Virgo energy this week, we get 3 days. Like I told y'all, 3 painstaking fucking days. To me, that's what it's giving. Like, use this energy. 9 weeks is significant. The past 9 weeks, like, let that shit go. You need to take this leap of faith in order for you to end your stagnation. Like, you have to balance out your emotions, balance out, like, because baskets is feelings, emotions, like, things you care about, right? Cups energy. What's the Dr. Buzzard in reverse? You might feel like it's unfair that you might feel like, because I don't see us feeling like it's unfair that we are protected. Somebody mad that you protected. Somebody don't feel like it's fair that you get some sort of protection, because I got the 9 of Pentacles. Somebody could have done something illegal in spiritual court or real court, right? And this week, like, that energy is gonna be balancing itself out. You're protected, though. They didn't think you was, but when you walked away, when you centered yourself, your spirit stepped in and said, okay, now this motherfucker got some sense. Now we can step on in and do our jobs. Yeah. Somebody don't think that shit right. They mad. Yeah. Presently, somebody did something illegal to get some money. Libra could be significant. And they in spiritual court or physical court. And it's a tower. I got the tower card, y'all. They did something without thinking. This was a reckless move. Son of Sticks in reverse. Ooh, and they scared. Fire sign energy. This could be younger. This is young energy. Either this not an actual person, like, God forbid it's us. Ooh, Jesus. No. But if you are dealing with somebody or somebody around you, they very irrational, they reckless. Because I got Page of Wands in reverse to the Knight of Wands in reverse. They reckless, they fearful. Kind of reminded me of like that hurt dog theory. Like, you know how they say a wounded dog, if you try to take their bowl, bite your ass. You got the 3 of baskets, 3 of cups. So this was a group effort. These could have been friends of yours or people you was close to. These people have been collaborating out of fear, fresh out of ideas. They in a tower. Whoever these 2 people are, they're in a tower right now. They in a tower. Yup. This could be why you're experiencing delays. 3 of Sticks in reverse. Because someone maybe you didn't know, but then I got a Son of Knives. Somebody's trying to delay you from moving on or taking action based on some sort of lie or lack of information. Somebody could have lied about a home, lied about an investment. Four of Pentacles in reverse, lied about an investment. Yeah, somebody's trying to delay you. They didn't realize they weren't in control. Now somebody's ashamed for not helping you. They're ashamed they didn't help you out. Take it where it resonates, but I'm pulling the messages. So you got fire sign energy. So whoever this is, they like erratic. They don't think before they do shit. They do things out of fear. You could have gotten some sort of clarity about this over the past 7 months, or over the next 7 months. You'll continue to realize who played a part. These people didn't help you. There's a bit of shame here. They were trying to control you, but again, maybe by lying to delay you from moving forward and taking action. This group of people have come together. Yeah, they fear you more than you know. Like, you might feel like they don't, but they do. What's the Two of Coins in reverse? So there was an imbalance here in terms of your goals and your plans. Eight of Pentacles. That's crazy, because it's like, I see the money. Like, Pentacles this week is looking good. But there's an imbalance here. Somebody's got some Sagittarius season. Sagittarius. Maybe by the Sagittarius moon. 11:33 on the timestamp, y'all. Take that down as soon as I got that. So you could have had a Sagittarius or someone working during Sagittarius season to throw you off. There's a Sagittarius as well as a Virgo. This Virgo is in the reverse. Hermit in reverse. This could be a brother and sister duo. Yeah, this is a brother and sister. Aunt, uncle, brother, sister. I'm not seeing, because with the baskets, this is not like a professional thing, right? This brother and sister duo are trying. There's a lot of gossiping. Somebody's trying to smoke you out. And when I say smoke you out, like bring you out of hiding. People are and they're doing this because people are gossiping. People are talking because you're not talking to them. Yeah, you're not talking to these people, and someone's dealing with some sort of lie or illusion. Someone tried to lie and say that you were getting what you deserved. Yeah, this could be a Cancer. Moon phase. I got the paw card in the upright, y'all. Somebody trying to hide. They were trying to hide behind their actions. Someone could have lied and said you weren't talking to them. They've been quite aggressive about trying to bring you out of hiding. They can't, though, because the moon card is still there. These people are upset. Like, somebody real mad that you're not talking to them. Yeah. They're upset. There's an Emperor here. Aries could be significant. Somebody is upset. An Emperor could be an Aquarius. Because I got the Star card. This Aquarius upset this Emperor. This person was trying to be controlling. Mother of Sticks in reverse. Somebody's trying to control a situation. She's paranoid, whoever she is. She's paranoid. Paranoid about taking some sort of action. Maybe paranoid about your power. One day, this Aquarius could have had the opportunity to stop this situation, but she didn't. She was too busy trying to be controlling. Now she's, somebody has the Wheel of Fortune here. Somebody's having a series of bad luck because they ended a partnership, and they didn't plan on this happening. Son of Coins in reverse. They didn't plan on having to fight you. They didn't plan on having to go through this. Yeah. You've moved on. You've relocated mentally or physically. Yeah, there's a fight that happened that caused you to move on. Six of Knives in the upright. it's the holidays. I'm not shocked that you have friends and family that if you separated yourself from them, people are having conversations. You're not showing up at things. You're not around to do things. People don't want to take responsibility for the things that they did during this time. You know, they're not trying to take responsibility, but in reality, these things are still good. It's coming out. These people were gossiping. They were mean. They were bullying you, possibly. And for a long time, the narrative of you being like the black sheep because you were bad went, but now it's not working. So you've got high priestess energy here with the Miss Ida card. Taurus could be significant. So you are chilling. You're being called to go inward, to continue to remain patient, to continue to follow your rituals and your routines this week. Yeah. Now, by the end of the week, there could be some sort of sacrifice here that is needing to be made in order for you to move forward. And you're going to have to sit down and make a plan, Four of Knives, for the next month in order for you to have victory. Six of Sticks in the upright, Six of Wands. But there's an energy of, either you or someone not making peace with a situation. Yeah, somebody can't make peace with the past. You still at a crossroads emotionally about it because it's still mentally plaguing you. You could be hiding it very well, Leo. This could be Leo masculine energy here. The Sun card in reverse. You could be hiding it. But your goals are going to require loyalty. They're going to require your feelings to be, because I got you trying to hide these, but daughter of coins to the daughter of baskets. That let me know in order for you to achieve your plans and your goals, you're going to have to heal yourself emotionally for this to go right. But there's also help on the way for you. Ten of Sticks in the upright. Your lows are being lifted. There could be someone in terms of your business, or there could be someone coming in, a father of coins, a business person. This could be someone that you ended a partnership with. This could have been a relationship, because I got courting in reverse. Somebody ended this relationship with you because of a Mother of Knives. Manipulated them into ending this partnership. This is a karmic air sign. This person's under judgment, this Libra, because this masculine had plans to give you a long-term offer. Damn. Yeah, this person had plans. This person was going to extend you a long-term offer. So if this is someone you was working with, and then either a negative feminine, or this person, again, you were cool with, or maybe romantically involved with, take it where it resonates. This person was going to give you an offer. They knew this. You were supposed to get this employment. You were supposed to get this employment offer. You were supposed to get this loan. You were supposed to get this long-term partnership. And whoever that Miss ass air sign is, she came in and fucked that shit up. So now, Nine of Sticks in reverse. Someone could be paranoid. This Taurus, that King of Pentacles energy, this person got hurt as a result of trusting the wrong people. Now this person is calling themselves want to do the right thing. But in the past, they didn't change their plans. They wouldn't change their mind. So there are some delays that are still happening here that need to be fixed before the end of the month. And this person seems to be, this could involve a father of baskets. This person is trying to heal emotionally so they can make some sort of progress. But they're worried, got the Five of Coins in reverse, about reconciliation or fixing this disaster, because there are a lot of lies. There are a lot of things that came out about this collaboration or whoever it is they were working with. So if you got a job or a business with this person, that's why you weren't able to get started. That's why you weren't able to gain some sort of stability here. So now that things are shifting, this toxic dynamic, Ten of Baskets in reverse, There's a Mother of Coins here in reverse. That's selfish, that's self-absorbed. People are realizing this about this person over the past 2 weeks, and how this person is more concerned about what they can get out of a situation. They're not really concerned about anybody else. Somebody didn't desire for this masculine to be or partner with this mother of baskets. So they thought that maybe you did some sort of magic when you moved on. This person is bitter about this breakup. Somebody could have done magic on you when you decided to move on. They kept doing magic. This is why they're not getting a new start, because there is a Empress in reverse here. Ooh. Personal lives and business lives. Ain't that some shit? Yo, somebody, like, they having to deal with, it's like you don't necessarily have a lot of personal issues, but the people around you, confirmation burp, are dealing with a lot of personal issues. They're coming to terms with things that happened and decisions that they made. Yeah. Somebody trying to throw you off, but you know what Megan Thee Stallion said? They tried to knock me off, but a bitch still grinding. Shout out to me. You know, stay focused on what you're doing, because these people, there's a lot going on around you. So if you feel like an energetic shift, it's because these people are dealing with your absence and why you're absent. Like, you know how they say people will learn when you're not around anymore? So now that you're not around for people to blame, they're having to face themselves this week. They having to face why you walked away, why you not around. You know, those lies, them bitches just ain't working out the same, is what it's hearing. People having to deal with certain things. You know, shit, you can't stay in the dark forever. Yeah. Let me see. The Star card, I know that's right. Aquarius, you can't stay in the dark forever. Somebody's dealing with a lot of toxic family dynamic, a lot of shame around money. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody could have lied, told a lot of lies, misinformation, Page of Swords. Yeah. And they thought you never realized these. You could have sensed that this person may have been lying about something, but you didn't know. You may have always been quite idealistic with this individual, this Aquarius energy. You were loving to this person. You love this person. You thought that they were collaborating with you. Because I got the Three of Cups. Page of Cups to the Three of Cups. You invited this person into every stage of your life. 4, 5, 6 of Cups. You always made peace with this individual, but they didn't feel the same way about you. The Lovers in reverse. 1144. Yeah. This person caused a tower in your life. This person didn't want you to have a lover. Let me tell y'all something about spirits and shit. And I know I don't have that much time, but I'm going to try to keep it brief. When you go back and you start seeing issues within your family, always assess what issues there are. And you got spirits that be traveling through your bloodline. And sometimes people think, or they've made deals with certain spirits. And let's just say, for instance, how I'm looking at these. You got an older woman, that Aquarius, who always was in negative relationships. There is some sort of spirit there that is stopping you from doing this, and they've carried on this situation through generations. And if you were here to break that, or that was going to be a significant point for you, this person continued to interfere with your relationships. Ooh, I got the Death card. Spirit said we not playing with these people. Yeah, these people, the Lovers in reverse, to the Tower, to the Death card in the upright, to the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. In your partnerships, yeah, whatever you were, like, if you was in a healthy, happy partnership, friendships, business relationship, they didn't want that shit, because you got other people rooting for you. So they try to contaminate those relationships so that you couldn't grow. If you have significant placements in your chart that kind of not just require but benefit you in terms of having relationships, friendships, business partnerships, like, their intervention with that help, like, would fuck you up, right? So there could have also been some sort of plot to cause these endings in your life, because it helps them escape poverty. but they were not doing it the right way. The Hierophant in reverse Taurus energy. These people were impatient. Yeah, these people abuse some sort of higher power or higher knowledge. So it's like they had access to your birth chart. They had access to your destiny, your Akasha record, however people say. They knew what you were supposed to be. And they knew with partnerships, with friendships, with good business, things, with good friendships, you would be able to get past this generational trauma. So they did everything they could to fuck that up. Yeah. They didn't want anything to change. But you moved on mentally. 6 weeks ago is significant. 6 of Swords. You've moved on, and now someone wants to give you an offer, or that's why you're being given another chance. Ace of Pentacles, you're being given a new start. Collectively, somebody lost this battle. 5 of Swords in reverse because they were unwilling to put in the work. 7 of Coins in reverse, and this is why they're going through misfortune here. Because this Magician in reverse, this could be a Gemini, Sagittarius energy, heavy fire sign as well. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Yes, there is this Queen of Wands here in your life that was causing misfortune. This person, she was the one, this mother figure, even if she's not a significant fire sign energy, she has prominent like moon, rising, sun, fire sign. She took this action, did this baneful magic on you to cause you misfortune. She didn't want nothing you was doing to work out. Yeah. Now this deception is being exposed. 7 of Swords in the reverse. And because you could be speaking about this, or you could have told somebody, the Fool in reverse, now this person can no longer take this action. And you've got a King of Swords here. Yeah, somebody knows something or could have told you something, or they could be telling you something this week. Take where resonates. That is going to release you from this stagnancy. And this Queen of Swords in reverse is trying to manipulate, or may try to manipulate you into keeping a cycle going. The World in reverse, because she don't want you to Knight of Cups in reverse. I know people don't fuck with Jay-Z all the way. I ain't see nobody really telling Jay-Z happy birthday on his birthday. Interesting. I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan, but I was like, okay. Anyway, I still keep going back to that though. Love, I don't get enough of it. Like, I don't know why. Somebody might need to listen to that. Monsters. Somebody might need to listen to that. Maybe that's why I keep hearing that. But Knight of Cups in reverse, they didn't want you to get no offers, no love, nothing. Yeah, Sun, Leo here. Yeah, somebody saw this as a betrayal or some sort of extreme loss. 10 of Swords. Because they wouldn't be able to get the chance or the opportunity to stagnate your money anymore. Confirmation. If you were able to walk away. Damn. Tell me more. Yeah, these people are no longer able to fight you. If you find, like I said, love, I don't get enough of it. Like, if you able to find a person that truly fucks with you, business or personal, friendship, lover, whatever, take where it resonates, they gonna have a hard time penetrating you, but because you don't have nobody they don't want nobody fucking with you. Because that person will protect you. That person will prioritize you. And these people don't want that. That's crazy. So these people are responsible here. And for this, they're under judgment, Libra. For planning, for Swords in the upright, this. And now they have to fix it. So they're going to try to give you an apology here. Ace of Cups, because they regret. 5 of Cups, stagnating you. There's a Leo here, stagnating this energy here. Empress in the upright. Somebody saw you as the Empress, but they were afraid. Yeah, they're afraid to fight you now. Yeah, somebody has multiple options. They did everything they can. They exhausted their resources trying to stop you from moving on. The Chariot, Cancer. They thought they ain't have to worry. This is family. Damn. This is family. You got a High Priestess in reverse in your family. Yeah, and this person has put a lot of money into this. She has money. She has investments. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, people work with this individual, this King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, they work together with these King of Cups in reverse to get what they want. They put you with these individuals that don't care about you to control you. So you can't work, so you can't do what you need to do. King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they offer these people high status, honor, Six of Wands to trap you, and then they help you by they get these people money to control you. This is an abuse of power. These people lie a lot. There are a lot of secrets here. Damn, it's 55. Golly, I'm about to run that dick on y'all ass. This is crazy. Yeah, somebody took action. Now they're burdened. I'm gonna try to hurry up after this breakup because they delayed their own life. Specifically a Virgo who's now trying to travel towards you, but they can't get to you because they've got some sort of legal issue going on. They told a lie, and now they're having to take action about some sort of action they took towards a Queen of Cups, trying to skew reality. Somebody could have lied about something, saying something was involving you and it wasn't. Whoa. That's so fucked up. But you know, it's a tale as old as time. Eight of Baskets, though, you healed, you walking away. It's them, these people that's scrambling. It ain't even you, it's them. You get new opportunities, new starts, but whoever this was that was tasked to go against you, they're upset. They're upset because you could have personal ties. Somebody feels stupid because they see that you do actually have power, and y'all could have been powerful together, but they fucked over you. They want a rebirth. They feel very stupid. This person wants to provide for you, but they caused a whole bunch of chaos and they didn't protect you. This person could love you, but you may not be communicating with this individual. They can't deal with the fact that they made such a stupid decision and being mean to you, kindness in reverse. They want you to trust them, but it's a lot going on here. They're experiencing a deficit in their powers. They can't be cunning. Somebody's trying to get free of some sort of lack of confidence and courage. This person needs to heal. They're cursed, and the secret is to them actually going through the dark night of the soul. Now they got to be willing to do this shit. Otherwise, you have no use for this person, business, personal, or otherwise. They got to do the fucking work. You can't save them. This person wants to have a family with you. Their family, they got a family member, a Cancer, that's trying to weaken them. Spirit says don't be tricked, because they're determined to cause unrest. This person don't want y'all to work together. Damn. Okay, y'all, if this message resonates, it's giving Romeo and Juliet. It's giving, could have been great business partners, but it's a bunch of mess-ass people in the mix. But we got 3 minutes, y'all, and I don't want to get cut off, so I'm going to cut this reading short. But keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head on the swivel. You know, people might be trying to throw you off, but you really have put in the work. And as long as you separate from shit that don't serve you, you ain't got no worries. Now, if this message resonates in any way, don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know who it can help. I do have private readings as well as workings available for the week ahead. So click the link in my bio and book a consultation or a reading with me. If you have any questions, 11:55 on the timestamp. If you have any questions, about any services or readings, I'll be more than happy to help out. So, yeah, I love you guys. I mean it. And, of course, we gonna chat soon. Okay? Bye.